Hi to all of you. My warm regards to your guests and to all the ATSEP around the globe. My name is Costas Christoforou from Cyprus, currently the IFATSEA Director Europe. I'm very glad to be here today with you on this gold anniversary of our federation to share with you some views, ideas, and actions we are taking around the human factors and human performance, especially nowadays with all these forthcoming revolutionary developments in the ATM ANS world. I used to talk in the past about an evolution in aviation. Maybe it's more of a revolution for the ATSEP profession, as we are in front of big changes, challenges, and a lot of pressure to cope with all these new developments in our domain. Dear colleagues, our humankind navigates its way out of this unprecedented pandemic. It seems that everybody is trying to accelerate the search for new opportunities to generate back the revenues and minimize the losses that cover in all the activities, not excluding the aviation sector. Maybe the biggest challenge, as it appears nowadays, is to design and develop wisely a human-centric overall ATM ANS infrastructure by connecting all technological solution, airspace, the services, to something that really makes sense and respect the human element, having real benefits now, but also to the future operations in aviation. So in my presentation today, I will share with you the way we are following in the European continent with respect to the new technological developments in aviation sector and the interrelation with the human pillar. Allow me a short introduction of IFATSEA, which represents air traffic safety electronic personnel worldwide, 74 countries in total, 34 of those being in Europe, being the authoritative voice on the competence of ATSEP, who are working to maintain and certify the quality of service delivered at the controller's working position via communication, surveillance, ATM data processing, and all other systems in ATM, and also directly to the aircraft and pilots via the navigation systems. So as we celebrate the 50 years today, which I consider a great achievement, we are representing around 36,000 ATSEP in the 74 countries worldwide, being a non-political, non-industrial body that promote safety and efficiency in aviation. We assist and advise in the development of ANS system by developing high standard technology, skill, knowledge, and professionalism to our members. We are at the same time in close cooperation with international and European aviation bodies like ICAO, ILO, NCAP Task Force, EASA, CANSO, Eurocontrol, Eurocae, and many more. Having at the same time a productive and cooperative relationship with other ATM PSOs like ATUC, ATCUC, ETF, IFATCA, IFIMA, ECA, who represent mostly ATCOs and pilots, and AIMAIS personnel, and also the training academies. Let's for a minute see some of these new safety critical technologies that have a significant impact on safety, efficiency, capability, capacity, and on the environmental and financial performance of air transportation system, at which ATSEP will call to perform the best they can. I mentioned the environmental impact. That is something that nowadays is very popular and is the headline in all the activities. In all of this new concept of operation that I have added in my slide, the availability, the accuracy, the integrity, and security of ANS safety critical information, as well as the continuity of service, are of vital importance. On the technical side, we must realize that the human intervention will be through an advanced system monitoring and control, where the complete health of ATM ANS systems will be displayed. Also, new software tools will be developed for assisting the ATSEP in their everyday work in maintaining as well as repairing the systems. Imagine when today, with the so-called legacy systems, we have so much automation in our work. What will be needed with the implementation of all forthcoming innovative and state-of-the-art technological solution for us in Europe coming from the CESAR pipeline. Moreover, at the third stage, human decision support tools incorporate artificial intelligence will have to be introduced. That will cater for the monitoring and control of the distributed system through a standardized ATSEP working position. As we are moving in all these revolutionary changes in aviation industry, the cybersecurity challenges will emerge, as it is a transversal in all these concepts I described. The issue of cybersecurity for ATM is a very complex, as it includes the physical security at local and remote CNS mission critical installation, the networking elements, space and ground, the ATM specific vector, for example, surveillance, jamming of space navigation or RPAs, and any other potential combination of the above we can face. So a system-wide response to cyber threats is to be addressed. As the number of digital application and data networks increases, the same goes for the risk of exploitation. This is the reason IFATSEA proposed a step approach with solid methodology and well-planned implementation to avoid any security breaches. This major transportation we are entering with all this new and emerging technology, from the extensive need for connectivity to the management of big data, to the introduction of artificial intelligence, to the hot issue of cybersecurity and the obsession for more digitalization in aviation, I think is very obvious that we are in front of a big evolution in aviation. So digital transformation is about digital technologies to taking full advantage of generating new services, optimize current one while delivering a better experience and bring real benefits to all. The big question is how we are going to tackle all these challenges. Well, automation should not be human versus machine. Automation should be seen as human-machine coordination as a team. In this new technological era, we should all focus on human-centered approach to design and implement the new technology. Human and machine complement each other to achieve system goals. Having a human-centered design allows us to recover from high-risk scenarios, having in mind that it is the most successful automated systems where rarely need manual intervention, which may need the greatest investment in human operator training, as it may be alienate the human from the system. So this is a lesson learned, and we should not forget these wise words. So let's see how we are expecting the changes to our profession with the increased awareness of the new system and users' functionality, increasing the performance requirements, faster and integrated network, increased collaboration, integrated system, automation, codes, open standard, big data, artificial intelligence, virtualization, cybersecurity, and the new needs will be for specific knowledge on all these technologies. We need to develop new skill sets. We need to cope with advanced responsibility, and we need to develop our collaboration. So if I sum up all these new challenges, we see that we have the future skills and jobs in an era of digitalization, the safety and cybersecurity in the era of connectivity, performance and liability in the era of services, physical infrastructure management in the era of virtualization, failure management in the era of automation. All these new business concepts with data and network centers in the service-oriented architecture. And finally, the resilience of operation in this transition period from the so-called legacy system to the new automated and state-of-the-art systems. So let's see how we are expecting the human performance in what I describe as the new era versus the human factors. So I borrowed a very representative slide from Dr. Leah Sophie Vink. It's a human, she's a human factor expert at Ostro Control, just to illustrate the relationship between human performance and human factors. As we know, the ability to perform consistently at our best in the environment within which we are operate at the exact moment is what is defined as human performance. Human refer to environmental, organizational, and job factors and human individual characteristics, which very well explained in the presentation before, which influence behavior at work in a way which can affect health and safety. This term focuses on why human beings function in the way that they do. The term incorporates both mental and physical processes and the interdependency between the two. While the human performance as the output of human factor is concerned with individual and team performance and tend to have a behavior modification focus, meaning how people do the things that they do. In aviation, people are usually interacting with each other, taking a lot of assistance by the technology in many ways, but the performance of two individuals with equivalent technical skill and knowledge is differentiated by the level of soft skill each one of them has. The one who can communicate, lead, be assertive, coach others, manage their stresses, and who can has a knowledge about how the human tends to function, for sure performs better than the other, and this is a lesson learned. This is where we should invest to transfer knowledge and improve the necessary skills for higher human performance. I think it goes without saying that ATSEP have a major impact on safety, and the impact of our performance on aviation safety is something undeniable, and again, a lesson learned throughout the aviation history. After all, we have a lot of study cases recently that prove this fact. Just for example, the Detroit blackout in the ACC, the UK blackout, the Belgium power failure, and many more. So ATSEP are an active shield. In this graphic I presented to you on James Reason equation, capable to prevent a collision or serious incident. So let's see how we see the way forward for ATSEP. This is an important time, as from 2020 in Europe, the ATSEP profession is under regulation in the European community with the regulation 373. Please note that ATSEP and ATCOS are the only two ATM professions currently being regulated by European law. Dear colleagues, for sure, we are going through a big evolution, as I mentioned before. This new era with innovative approaches on technologies will be used, and still the system be a safety critical socio-technical environment. There is no doubt that system will become increasingly automated and interconnected. So we are going to have a lot of new trainings and new regulations. This is what I foresee for the European region at least. New competences, new skills will be needed to acquire by the ATSEP, which will give the opportunity to play a vital role in the air traffic management for the years to come. ATSEP, as you know, are the first to tactically address technical as well as cyber security event within the boundaries of the functional system. This is something that is stated in this new regulation I mentioned. Fostering CNS ATM system, hardware and software standardization, and certification by licensing the ATSEP. It goes without saying that for all frontline users, ATCOS pilots, to trust the data on the screen and the cockpit, the proper functioning of CNS ATM system and information integrity are crucial. So for ATSEP to maintain the uninterruptible flow, reliability and integrity of all data given, mitigating at the same time any failures or threats to the normal operation is the ultimate goal. For us, it is a proof that our role, our duty to guarantee the smooth and safe flow of operation is fulfilled. I have added here some of our actions that we have taken in the European region regarding the human factors. I can assure you that there are a lot of initiatives from many institutions, from EASA, for example, CANSO, Eurocontrol, Eurocae, and organization and other stakeholders. But it is only recently that everybody is focusing on ATSEP apart from ATCOS and pilots. We should take care also, in my opinion, all other frontline actors, for example, AIS personnel. IFATSEA region is taking a lot of initiatives around this domain by cooperate with other stakeholders. For example, Eurocontrol, they have a huge experience in these things, and currently we have formed a working group in our region, and they are working to develop the ATSEP fatigue paper, building not from scratch, but on the existing work that already exists for ATCOS and pilots. I consider as our greatest achievement in European region the creation of an expert group on human dimension for the single European sky implementation. This group has been formed with European legislation. I have the honor to co-chair this group with a colleague from ETF, and we are participating there as a professional federation with all other PSOs in Europe, IFATCA, IFAIMA, ETF, ATCUC, ECA, and CANSO. So why this? I consider this as a great achievement. In this expert group on human dimension, we are examining the impact of single European sky implementation to the human pillar with all other frontline actors like ATCOS, ATSEP, pilots, and AIS personnel. We are producing position papers and specific recommendation toward the European Commission for proactive measures that should be taken before the introduction of a new regulation or a new concept of operation in ATM ANS provision. For example, the upcoming SES2 Plus, the ATM service provision, the virtual sensors, the remote towers, all these concepts have been thoroughly studied by this expert group on human dimension, and we have produced very strong recommendation toward the European Commission. IFATSEA in the European region has been very active in developing a lot of these position paper in relation to all these new developments that we are facing with automation, artificial intelligence, and the new concept of operation. In all this work I'm on display now, we are producing, apart from the technical aspects, we are examining and raising the human factors impact as well. And there is a lot of material in these documents. I can share it with you if you like. So I will conclude as a general comment that IFATSEA has taken the lead to examine the critical issue of human performance and all related factors that are influencing it. IFATSEA is very proud of the achievements of the Asia Pacific region, has made over the last, over the recent years in this domain. And let me assure you that European region has put the human factors for ATSEP very high in its priorities, with many actions and coordination with other stakeholders that they have interest for this domain, like Eurocontrol, EASA, and the European Commission. Our main concern is how the ATSEP profession will evolve. What will be the new task, the job profile, and what tools and concepts will be needed in order to sustain ANS operation in a technologically changing environment. During this technological evolution, I can assure you that we will come in front of new challenges. Our job, our profession is changing, bringing challenges, but at the same time opportunities. Our goal, our duty as professional entities, and IFATSEA in this case, is to help our members to overcome the challenges by giving them the knowledge and the skills, and on the other hand, to encourage them to take advantage of all these new professional opportunities. Thank you very much for your attention. Enjoy this great anniversary of our federation and stay healthy. Thank you very much.